Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today I'm going to draw Art the Clown from Terrifier as part of the Fortnite season Fortnitemares skins. I'm going to do an upper body shot, sort of bit of a character pose, bit of an action shot. What I'm going to do is start up here with his little top hat. So he's got this jaunty little top hat at this angle coming out around here. So I'm just going to draw the brim of that hat. So I'm going to start about here and just curve my pen round. Draw a little brim of a hat there, so at that angle going out there. There's a little just edge to this, so let's just draw in just a little bit like that. And then what we can do, we can just come upwards up to about here, I guess. Come upwards to about there, just nicely rounded, sort of join that up. There we go, there's that hat. Okay, next up, start doing the head. So the head's going to come down here. It's kind of looking on this way. So I'm going to go at the top with the brim of the hat, just go back a bit. Just draw a nice rounded edge of his head where he's got this sort of top part. It goes over, it's like a little hood that's attached to his head there. And then I'm going to come down, just draw the edge here. The ears would be sort of covered down here. Then just continue just to about this point here. What I'm going to do is just join this piece up, so there's a bit of fabric going around him. So just going to join up, curve it around down to there. I'll pop a couple of little sort of fabric lines in. Maybe there's just a little bit of an edge around there. There's a little bit of a kind of like stitching line going up that way there, sort of kicking off there. Just a few little bits of details like the ear areas there. There we go, just a nice little bit of detail. Okay, let's do the rest of his face. So I'm going to come down this way here, and it kind of kicks out a bit. It's kind of like skull-like with the cheek areas around here. So sort of comes forward a bit, just around here where the forehead is. And it kind of rounds really high out and kicks in there. On this side, just about here, we're going to do the other cheek. So kind of just comes around like that. So the two little elements just linking up. I've got a little line going down this way here. Then I'm going to go draw sort of downwards here. Really long face to a chin. Sort of dinks up and down there at the base of the chin. Then I'll come back round to where I've drawn that line. Just another little hint of a line there. Then I can just draw in where the jaw area is. So up in there and around like that. Another little bit of detail like the jaw area just sort of kicks around like that. And then what I'm ready to do, start putting the features in. So first of all, if I pop his nose in, so he's got this long nose. So I'm gonna draw the edge of his nostril here, come down, and then it comes really far down to about there. Bring it back up there and around a bit. And then the bridge of his nose goes up, sort of either side. Just give a little hint of that there. So we can leave a gap, we can just bring it up this way here. Just gives you an idea that his nose is there. With his eye and his eyebrow, I'm going to curve in where that little brow is there, just curve in there, shoot down and then hit it up. So it's got like an angry kind of brow. On this side over here, down again and around like that. It's almost like skull-like, so we want to make sure we've got that angry sort of brow in. A couple of little folds in the forehead there. And then I'm just going to sort of draw around. It's got these sort of skeletal features around the eyes, so it's going to draw a couple of little curves around there, and it actually goes up and there, so it adds that skull-like look. Just around here, it's going to come around like that. Just a little hint of the sort of skull-like feature there as well. Cool, okay. Right, next up, we're going to pop his eyes in. So I'm going to draw just under this brow here, just a curve around, like a real rounded eye element. Then what I will do is just fill in around it. He's got this clown makeup on. And just sort of kick it down. He's got this little tear coming down there in the makeup. And then what I can do is just draw another little circle just around there, and then a little like dot there, so we've got the pupil of his eye. Then on this side, similar sort of thing, I'm going to come down this way here, just really make him really wide. And the top oval of his eye, come right up to the top there, right up to the top, and then I'll just fill in around that again. It's just filling in around there, maybe over this way here. And we sort of kick down with another little tear. Then there's a little circle in the centre of the eye, so I'm just going to do two little ovals there, and then just a hint of a pupil there as well. So we've got that pupil element around there. Nice, okay. Now coming upwards, he's got another little bit of clown sort of little point that comes up there. And over here there's one as well, so this point just curves around his head there. And then I've got his eyebrows, so I'm going to go from about here. I've got these black eyebrows, just going to do a real big curving around there. And this side, really big curve, come around here, down like that. Now, as we get to his mouth, he's got black makeup around the mouth area. So what I'm going to do is just draw the surround. Going to come around like this. Come all the way down, right down like that. And you sort of see a little bit extra of the mouth sort of coming out here and down, just to make sure you sort of see a little smile. Sort of little kick out as well there, just to make it look like he's smiling. And then the mouth area sort of comes around like that. And then I'm going to bring my pen down, right down here like that. And I'm going to fill in that top area completely. And this area below, let's fill that in as well. Now, he's got his teeth coming around here, so I'm going to draw another sort of line around here. Can make it a little bit wobbly. He's got these yellowy, nasty teeth coming around here. And then I'm going to just sort of draw in the little lines along there, just to give a hint that his teeth are there. Now we do see a bit of his lip on this side, so I'm just going to sort of draw in a bit of lip area, and then another little curve around just for his teeth. And again, I'm just going to just sort of kick that up there. His tongue in there, I'm just going to maybe just put a few little lines in. Okay, yeah, that's good. And then finally on his face, we just got this little dot on the end of his nose, haven't we? So just a little dot right there on the end of his nose. Nice. Okay, that looks pretty good. Pretty horrible. The next part of Art of the Clown, just going to draw a little neck area. It's got this sort of sweeping collar going around him. So the neck part is still the material. It just comes down from there. And then what it does, it curves around here. There's a nice, like, just thick line, just going to draw in like that, and a couple of creases just of material. And then what I'm going to do is go a bit higher, about here, about there, just pop a little curve there, and then I've got another little curve here, the white material, and I'm going to bring this around here, just a little curve. It'll be quite loose, like that. And then what I can do is just go kick out here, kick out here. He's got this black like collar area, so I'm gonna just come down a bit. I'm gonna leave a gap because he's got his hand around this area, and then just almost like pipe that point around there, right up, curve it up like that. Great, okay. Now in this area here, it's a bit ruffled, this collar, so I'm just going to do a few little material lines that sort of pop out from there. Yeah, that's it. Adds to a bit of the menace of his features. Now, he's got a hand up here and a hand up here. So if I draw a little bit of a shoulder area, come down there, his hands come up around here. So I think about it, he's got a finger coming around here. So it probably starts around, there's a gap there. And let's come upwards here. Right up there, down like that. Then we've got another finger coming up this way here, round and down. His little finger comes up around here, down there, and then his hand sort of goes in that way. His last finger coming out just up here, right up to there, down and around there. And then he's got a thumb. There's probably like a bit of material in the glove about here where the stitching is. His thumb comes up here and then curves out a bit at the edge there and down. And the rest of the thumb sort of comes in here and then it's covered by the ruffles. So what we'll do is just going to draw his fingerless glove. So I'm just going to draw in a few little curves where he can pop out a little bit there where the material's going around the glove areas. So around there, around here, there, and then maybe just a little hint on the fingers that they're a little bit creased, like that. And then a couple of little sort of creases in the glove as well, like that, okay? A little bit of material coming down this way. There it goes from white to black. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And then I can draw the rest of the sort of the ruffled hand. So they've got a ruffle coming out here. The ruffled area comes up, it's like the cuff of his clothing, goes around there, then sort of curves inwards, sort of joins inwards with a big old ruffle. And then his elbow's probably around here, so I've just got the material sort of coming out here, popping right out there, and going to a pointy elbow about here, and then back up this way and around there. Then what we can do is just draw a few little flecks where this material sort of joins. Yeah, cool. And then his clothing, this sort of clown costume, just comes down here, really loose. Just down like that. And now I can go over to this side as well. So what I will do is draw a little shoulder in here. So just go along, sort of from there, I can go along to about that point. And there's a bit of material where it changes colour just down there. And actually if I follow that, that's about here, his hand comes around here. So what I can do is start drawing that hand in. So I think if I go and draw a little curve here, I can draw his first finger sort of coming upwards and around there. Then we'll come down this way here. Then the next finger comes out over here and up, around, down. The next one will come up this way, around, down there. Next one will come out, this little fingers will come out here, around and out there, and then the glove sort of goes inwards there. A bit of stitching again, sort of around here. And his thumb comes up there, rounds up over here, and then goes down to the palm area around here. Again, a couple of little curves for the material of the glove. And yeah, we've got to sort of pop in the edge of this material. Again, we could just pop it out, use a black line so it looks like the glove's popping out and about a bit. Just curve that in so it looks like the thumb and the fingers are there. Curve around there. Then I've got the ruffle of the shirt. I'm going to just come around this way here. Just sort of in and out, nice curves up and down. Keep it really loose, it's all good. Maybe there's a bit of a edge to this one. Around there. Sort of ends up, the edge of the cuffs around there, just a little hint of that. And then I can draw, his elbow's probably around here, so I'll just bring the material out, down there to an elbow, back round, and let's go up to about that point there with the finger. Then we can continue this line upwards, go up here to that finger, go up there, curve around like that. Then I can just draw a line down here. So I've got a nice line down there where his other piece of clothing is. And then right in the middle here, there's a big old sort of circular button for the clown. And then we've got down here, the color of the garment changes. So I'm just gonna bring that in there. And what I will do is just get a slightly chunky pen. And what I might just do is just edge around my picture, just make it pop a little bit. And we can just bring out a few of the edging points here. Maybe in there, just draw in, fill that area there black. It comes up around there with the finger, yeah, that's good. Just will edge the picture up. Just get some bold lines in there. We'll just go around these fingers as well. Maybe just make them a little bit more consistent in the sizing as well. And just go around that, just thicken them up a little bit there. Thicken them up here. Thumb in. Nice, that's good. Come around this area here. Then what I might do is just colour in. Let's get a thicker pen. Maybe we can just go around this hat area here, just fill that bit. So just leave a little hint of white on that bit there. And then we've got this collar area. I think I was gonna just block this in with a nice sort of very black and white picture. It's quite nice to just fill some of this in really. What I might just do is go grab myself a bit of a grey and then just sort of go over some of these sort of more shaded, shadowy sort of points on the glove there. Maybe at the back here we can just start filling in like a bit of a darker area. Just sort of fill this bit in here. Yeah, maybe just get a bit of a hit of a darker grey. The suit is black, but I just want a little bit of the line art to just show up a little bit. This is where some of these using some of these little grey areas can make a big difference. Again, as I go over this way, sort of come in this way and just sort of fill in around the gloves. Nice bit of kind of texture on this one. It's quite effective what we can do with just a few of these little colours. Comes around here on the arms, it sort of curves around a bit. A little bit of shading, a little shadow as it goes around here. Texture around the gloves. Also just on this edge of this costume here. And then he does have, as we work up to the top here, we can sort of just fill in a few of these shaded areas. Go on the nose there and that temple area, just around here. The shadow of his hand sort of comes up this way, so it goes up here and around like that. Comes up here. I think got that colour there, just fill it in there, that's quite nice. And then we've got this whole bit here, so I'm just going to wash sort of a grey colour through here. Just go around these edges and then just let it just let it fade out as we work it down the costume here. I'll just build it up a second. Just build up that pen. It's not quite 100% inked with black, but it's just got a nice bit of colour to it. And got just in the gloves, it's just got a bit of, it's almost like a bit of dirt. I'm just gonna just pop in just a little bit around that, and maybe just a little hint of that in the eyes, in the teeth, just a bit of a browny sort of colour. Pop that in the gloves, just a little hint of a different colour in there. Yeah, it's looking pretty good now. It's got those teeth. We've got a really nice, just a little pop of sort of pink tongue in there like that. And then I just want to get a bit of a sort of skin tone colour and just sort of hit the edges ever so slightly in his fingers. Just a touch. I think I might just do one more little wash with this grey. Just on here, just sort of block it in so it's a little bit more filled in. There we go. Let's come around there, maybe there's a little bit more in here. And around there, and then yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that one. There we go. That is Art the Clown from Terrifier films. Let me know what you think. Let me know of the other Fortnite skins that I could be drawing. drawing a load from the Fortnitemares season for Halloween this year. So just let me know what I need to draw and I'll see what I can do. All right, bye for now.